Ooh, right guys, today I'm bringing you a legendary item guide of Borderlands 3, and in this video we'll be looking at the Torg assault rifle known as the Alchemist. The red text on the weapon reads, you can't gain something without giving something in return. And what's special about this weapon is it will actually shoot sticky gyro jets. This gun is actually semi-automatic, and do take note that with every pull of the trigger it will actually damage you. And what's quite peculiar is when these gyro jets collide with an enemy, they'll actually deal shock damage, and then when they explode they'll deal incendiary damage, so you're getting two elements in one gun. And not only that, the gyro jets will either explode after a prolonged amount of time or as soon as you reload the weapon, so you'll be able to get very quick burst damage whilst using this weapon. To get this weapon, we'll be farming the target of opportunity known as Heckle and Hyde, who can be found on the Jacobs estate. From the spawn point, you want to head through the boardwalk of the COV camp and make your way over to the small little bridge that connects the boardwalk to the second part of the map. And as you go over the bridge, if you keep walking forward, you've got the spawn point to your left, and you want to hit this, as this is the spawn point we'll be using in order to farm Heckle and Hyde. When you spawn in, you want to take an immediate left, and you want to follow the wall to your right around, and you'll walk into a cave. And then when you walk into this cave, just above you to your left, Heckle will actually spawn, and he'll jump down, and you'll be able to kill him for your chance for the Alchemist to drop. Now, this gun grabbed my attention very quickly. It was something that I didn't know that I really wanted, but straight away I noticed that it was a life-saving gun for me. I love to use incendiary weapons. I think most of the good weapons in this game are actually incendiary. It's either that or incendiary is just in a really good place. But I hate having to switch to a different element in order to clear, say, armor or a shield. But the thing I see the most that I have to clear is shields, and this is a great mashup in order to help me to not have to switch weapons and keep to my lazy self. With this weapon, I could just fire at an enemy with a shield, and the gyro jets that stick will deal the shield damage to the enemy, and then usually by the time I've depleted the clip, their shield will be gone. My gun will reload, and then they'll just quickly burst down with all the gyro jets that are stuck on them, and they'll die. Seeing all your work go into destroying the shields, and then with a snap of the fingers, all their health disappears, and they're just dust in the ground, is extremely satisfying. When I hopped into Mayhem 3, I was noticing that badasses were taking an extra clip or two in order to actually clear their shields and kill them. But usually the first clip would deal about half of their shield, and then the explosions would pretty much clear the rest of it, and then the next clip would kill them, which is really good, especially considering I'm only really firing about 30 ammo per clip, and assault rifles have loads of ammo in reserves. It's really good damage value for what you're getting. Like I mentioned, the gun will actually damage you every pull of the trigger, so you definitely want something to combat that, either using Amara with a Rough Rider, say, and getting as much health regeneration as you can just to make sure that you're constantly healthy, or using something like the Band of Sitarak and getting as low of a shield recharge delay as possible, just so that shield will constantly regenerate, say, in between you shooting the weapon. But I did find that especially with shields with just an average recharge delay, the damage really stacks up and you'll eventually kill yourself. I did find myself actually completely bleeding out whilst going through the Carnivora, and that kind of put me off a slight bit, but I still have much love for this weapon, so what I decided to do was test it out against a boss instead, just to see if it was any more viable there, especially against a boss, say, like Graveward. Graveward's the only enemy, and as long as I could deal enough damage to him and dodge his attacks, then I could constantly stay healthy with time. On Mayhem 3, I jumped down into the arena and immediately started shooting his chest, and to my surprise, upon reloading and all the gyro jets dealing the damage, usually when you don't have any sort of meta weapon or build going into Mayhem 3 and against Graveward, it usually takes a while to deplete his health. I was doing just over a sixth of his health every clip, and that's extremely good damage return, especially considering I was able to shoot about 3 clips before my shield actually depleted. On my Moe's build, I was able to dish that damage out consecutively without having to wait for my shield to recharge. This is definitely a gun to pick up if you don't have a build built and you just want to do some casual farming on some of the loot piles like Graveward. But just in general, if you want to go and have some fun with this weapon, some fun I actually had whilst using this weapon was shooting all of the gyro jets into an enemy and then sneezing, and then all of a sudden they'd be gone. It was like, wow, the sneeze was so powerful. But other than that, that's it for the video, guys. I hope you found this useful. Make sure to subscribe for future legendary item guides on my channel, and yeah, see you in the next video.